Alright, Merciless Vaughn back with another video, and in this one, we're going to be doing a 1 year later showcase of the SAFWY Gin. And yeah, this SAFWY Gin is one of the 2 units that came out for the last SAFWY banner, which was over a year ago now, so we're just going to go ahead and see what it can do a year later. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, leave a like. If you're new to the channel, if you've been here for a while, subscribe and help me get to 300 subscribers. And with all that said, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so this SAFWY Gin is a Technique Soul Reaper unit with the no affiliation killer. I only have 2 copies, so I will be showcasing this unit 2 out of 5 with the SP and focus slot at level 10. Soul trait is most soul traits you will see on most SP units, which is the strong attack, recharge time minus 12%. He's a melee unit with poison on all of his abilities, then he has a chance to insta-kill on his soul bomb, which is good. As for his most notable skills, he does have Havoc, 20%. He is able to increase technique attribute character's movement speed by 30%. And he's mostly a farming unit, as you can see here. Increased coin drop, not really useful in my opinion, but he does have the super and speed link slot potion skills +5 right here, as you can see. He does come with frenzy +2, which is good, and he does have the increased status element chance against speed attribute enemies, which is really great, so he will be inflicting status elements a lot more. And just because he does have poison, he does deal 40% extra damage to, well, poisoned enemies. He also has the guard break and plus hidden enemies. So yeah, for a farming unit that came out a year ago, I'd say these are some pretty decent skills, but most farming units really don't have the best of skills like some of the top tier characters do, but still definitely a good farming unit in my opinion. As for the build, it's going to be the T-set, fortification pill, the lieutenant's badge, and as for the character links, just some strong attack, recharge time, and full stamina damage links, as you can see here. Bonus abilities, full stamina damage boost, and I'll just go ahead and make that the +200 SP. And there we have it, the +200 SP. Alright, so let's go ahead and jump into some content to see what this unit can do 1 year later. So, we are here in a IT run. It is Quincy enemies this time around, so this unit will not have killer. And we also have a 1000-year Blood War 2022 version of Uryu, who will be increasing our strong attack damage by 20%. And so overall, I like this again, mostly because he is one of my favorite units from the Bleach, well, favorite characters from the Bleach series, but overall he doesn't have some bad strong attacks either. He does have the best strong attack 1 and 2 in the game, which is the 3000 length beam with the 1020 width and the tracking SA2. Yeah, these are some very good strong attacks to have. And him having Sprinter +2 and Long Stride, it will help him move across the map, you know, just a lot faster. But, you know, as most units nowadays, he doesn't have really any form of healing. That 20% heal that we got from moving in between the stage came from that Uryu. And we died there. He's also not immune to any status elements either, so you do have to be careful of the status elements that are on the ground in IT. Alright, so here we are back in another run, and I know I talk about this skill a lot, but the increased status chance skill is just a really good skill, because units just that have the Pierce Iron Skin skill, you know, I think they're a lot more viable than units that like just inflict status elements. I mean, inflicting status elements are good, especially if it's weakening, drained, or lacerate to stop the enemies from using their life abilities and stuff. But you know, it's just that when you have that increased status chance, you know, you'll more than likely just proc the status element and just get rid of the enemy's Iron Skin. You know, with the Pierce Iron Skin skill, you're just 100% guaranteed to remove it. For example, the 2022 version of the 1000-year Blood War Ichigo, if you just use his NAD string, you can just remove the enemy's Iron Skin. So like say for instance your strong attacks are all on cooldown, you can just use your NAD to get rid of it. I think that's just really good. So I think most units that come out nowadays should have the increased status element chance skill. They don't even have to have the spiritual pressure boost, but you know, it would just be good for them to have that increased status chance. Although having the status element spiritual pressure boost and the increased status chance skill are a great combo. I already showed a soul bomb once, so I'll just skip it for the rest of this video. Don't need to see it that many times. No, I'm not sure if we I might be nope. I got afflicted with that paralysis there. I thought those enemies were gonna get me, but it's fine, we survived. Alright, this may or may not be the last run, but I'll just probably end up doing another one anyway, because I mean, you can pretty much see this character for a year old, he's still doing really well in the current content in the game. I mean, he's a super link slot potion unit, so you know he'll really shine in IT when you're farming it. But he's really good to have. And you know, this is without killer, so even when he does have killer, he'll just be doing even more damage, you know. Just having killer effect in IT is really good. So if you can see a unit doing a lot when he doesn't have killer, you know, you can just imagine what he'll do with killer. So if you have this unit, definitely use him. He's very good. But yeah, the only downside is no way to heal, and he's not immune to any status elements. But with the increased movement speed, Mercer plus 2 and long stride, you really shouldn't have to worry about that unless you're like standing still for whatever reason. But yeah, you know, you can sometimes get unlucky and get inflicted with a status element and lose your full stam. Or just straight up die. Which is unfortunate. Alright, so I decided to just go ahead and do one more run because surprisingly these IT runs have went very fast. Usually when you're like, you know, farming pots, if you create a room, you'll get people that will just, you know, join and just auto the way through a room, really help you out. But, you know, we have some people that just actually contributed here, so that's great. Yeah, overall fantastic farming unit. He has some good skills. Yeah. Don't really have much else to say about this unit. One thing I would like them to see more is that, you know, just give units the increased super, you know, potion unit as a soul trait, just so, you know, you really won't have to use specific units in these runs. Like, they have a few units that have that as a soul trait. I can't remember who they are off the top of my head. But if we can get more units like that, it will just be, you know, more variety of characters in these IT runs. You know, just putting that unit on any character you want and just coming in here and just, you know, just easily destroying these enemies. And why not just make a new difficulty for IT runs? How they do like very hard guild quests and nightmare guild quests. Why not have a very hard and nightmare difficulty level IT runs? You know, just to make them a bit more challenging and, you know, just to get more pots out of it. I think that would be a good idea. Alright, so that was a brief showcase of this unit 1 year later. Yeah, still a great farming unit. You know, you really don't have to worry about the status elements just because with the increased movement speed skills, Sprinter plus 2 and long stride, if you just pretty much stay moving, you really won't get, you know, just affected by his status element. But since he isn't immune to anything, you still have to be very careful. He has some good strong attacks. Frenzy plus 2 is always good. The increased status chance is also good as well. And having to damage to poison enemies 40%, you know, is just pretty much the icing on top of the cake. And yeah, so that's going to be it for this one. Hopefully you enjoyed, and thank you for watching. As usual, until next time.